In this topic, you will learn some of the common navigation features and how to use those features to navigate through the system. To begin with, there's the upper bar and the area under the upper bar. Both are available from all screens and pages, including your landing pages and within every function. Now, the upper bar contains a question mark that allows you to access the online help center. There's the person icon that allows you to access current user profile, regional preferences, change the default theme, and endpoint information. There's the door icon that allows you to close out of the system, including close all functions. The house that takes you to the landing pages. The compass that takes you to the navigation pages. There's a search window that allows you to enter a keyword that will take you to functions and/or data. The Sage icon takes you to landing pages just as the house does. There's the star that lists your bookmarked or favorite functions. Now, within a function, there are additional icons, including the personalizing paintbrush that allows you to personalize any page or screen. There's the house with an arrow that opens a new session in a new tab into your landing pages. There's the compass with an arrow, also opens a new session in a new tab, but into your navigation pages. And the target that goes to the Go To function, which allows you to access, search, and save favorite functions. When you log into the system, you're taken to your navigation pages. Let's navigate through the upper bar. To start off with, on the left side, the question mark takes you to your online help center, which opens up in a separate tab. You can change the language that's displayed, use your search window, or you can just use the icons here for what's new, technical help, product help, how-to, video tutorials, and also your knowledge base. You also have your profile. The profile shows you who you're logged in as, the role, the endpoint that you have access to. You can also change the different language that's displayed, and also the date format as well as the time format. You use the door here to log out. You can go to your landing pages using the home, the landing page which shows your process flows, inquiries, etc. The compass takes you back to your navigation pages. An excellent feature here is using the search window. Just by entering in a couple of characters here, it actually loads 5 functions and also 5 data locations. You can use the See More to actually show you more functions and data selections. To access those, you just click the hyperlink, which takes you directly to that function. If you happen to know a function ID, you can enter the function ID, hit enter, and it'll take you directly to that function as long as the ID is unique. Let's say you want to go to sales. You just click GES SOH for the sales entry screen, hit enter, and it should load that data entry screen. Of course, you select an entry transaction. We'll go there a little bit later. Down below here, that shows you the current user role and also the endpoint folder details. You also have your favorites star here or bookmarks. To bookmark any function, you just go to that function. At the end of the function, you'll see the star, and you click the star and it adds it to your favorites or your bookmark section. You can add multiple different functions right along that upper bar, and if it goes further than that, there's a down arrow to show you your additional. You can also modify or manage these favorites. Just by clicking on the down arrow here, you have the option of being able to edit it, and this is sales, so let's make it sales orders. You can also put a separator between groups of functions just by clicking on this line here. And you have your favorites that are added. To remove a favorites, you just click the star here. You can delete it from the managed area, down arrow, or you can just click the star here to remove that favorites or bookmark. On the left side here, you actually have your application modules. Now, to access anything, you select the module. The module contains multiple different blocks, and then you select the function that you want to have access to. Now, you can also collapse the function category if that's the way you would like to visualize it, along with being able to collapse subcategories as well. Now let's take a look at accessing functions. There are two different types of functions you can access. One with entry transactions or data entry screens, and there's the functions without. Example of with, let's say sales. We're in the sales application module, and let's go to our orders function, which is in the orders block and orders. Here you select an entry transaction or a data entry screen that you've customized and created that best suits the data that you want to enter. And that screen is open. To close out, we just click on Close Page here in the right panel. Now let's go to one without. Let's go to our customers, which is in Common Data Application Module, in the BPs or Business Partner block, and Customers. Now before we discuss the upper bar and additional icons in the upper bar, starting with the paintbrush that allows you to personalize pages or screens in the system. On the right side, we have a target. The target is the go-to function that we discussed earlier. This allows you to enter a direct call, add favorite functions, do a search to search for function, also lists a history of the functions, the locations that you've been to, and also be able to select the icon here to go directly to that function. Now, we've been using the mouse to search throughout the system, but you also have the capability of using keystrokes, and you don't have to memorize those keystrokes. To get the keystrokes, we can go to question mark and select shortcuts, which gives you a full, complete list of all the different keystroke shortcuts that you can use to be able to go through and search, get functions, or be able to navigate through the system. You also have tooltips that give you the same information. Example, on the category, if I wanted to select a different category, I can select this icon here, or I can use the keystrokes on the tooltips. As you can see, Escape F12 accomplishes the same thing. I hit Escape F12, and it opens up the selection window for me. Another keystroke I can use, sometimes when I go into a function, I might want to have the full screen or access to the full screen. I hit Escape F11 to make it full screen, Escape F11 to collapse that screen as well. Now that's just a couple of the keystrokes that you can use. So you have learned how to use some of the common navigation features available to you in the system. Now with the many options you have at your disposal, you will be able to make navigation very simple.